Hey y'all, I just wanted to say real quick before we do the actual intro in the video is just shout out to everyone that's part of this awesome community we have on this channel. I love all you guys, especially in Australia. I know it's been a crazy few days. I've seen the news. So I just wanted to say that I love you guys and stay safe. You know, if you do find time to watch my videos, I hope it brings you some sort of entertainment and escape from the craziness that is the world sometimes. You guys are the best. Stay strong. Alrighty, y'all, I gone. We're taking a look at part 2 of the American Asks, What is this thing? Australia, with answers. This is pretty fun. We did this 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it did very well. So if you didn't see it, it's right here, and I'll have it linked at the end. American Asks, What is this thing? So it's just kind of like these posts online of things in and around Australia where people post and they don't really know what they are, like these objects and things, and people answer and explain what they're for. And I actually think it's really fun and fascinating. Alrighty, first up, we have something in and around parks throughout Australia. It says, what are these low square picnic table-like things in parks around Australia? And I always try and guess. Most of these I'm not going to know. And sometimes I just can't come up with good guesses, unfortunately. So with this one, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, it's way too low to be like, well, hey, hold on. I was going to say it's way too low to like pull up a chair and sit down and have a, lunch or something. Unless it is a picnic table for like sitting actually down on the ground and then eating like that. Although that's just a little bizarre. It's not too common as far as I know. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, you could use this to like prop up your shoe and tie it if it's not tied. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I can't. So like always with these, I'll give you a second, while we're talking about this to try and figure it out and, shout it at your screen or let me know in the comments if you have any guesses. But let's see if we do know in the comments down on this post. Well, this is not what I expected. We have it's for picnicking. When picnicking near the waterfalls and swimming holes, only sit on the raised wooden platforms provided on your own fold-up furniture, not on the bare ground or grass, as scrub typhus can be transmitted by microscopic bush mites. Wow. So it's kind of a picnic table and a chair all in one. Thanks. The strange part is that we saw them all over Australia, literally the opposite corner of the continent. Well, that is very interesting. They continue, guess bush mites are all over the place then. Someone also claims that they have them in the U.S., although I haven't noticed these. So we might have them as well. I've just, for some reason, have not noticed. I would be curious if any of y'all actually knew that. That was kind of fascinating, that answer. Alrighty, next up, we have this rusty-wheeled machine found on a fire trail near Sydney, Australia. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. It is indeed very rusty. It's pretty big. It's hard to get a size reference. Yeah, it looks, wow. It looks really old. Obviously the rust shows that, but even just kind of the design of it. I almost thought maybe it was like part of a tractor, like the front of a tractor or something, but I'm not thinking that now. What is this? Some sort of like power unit for a bigger machine? Or maybe like a generator or something? What do you guys think? Let's scroll down and see if we can find an answer. It looks like an abandoned generator, more like an air compressor. Both left and right side are crankcases. With the tanks, it could also be a water pump, but there are no water pumps with pistons. And someone claims they have the exact model, that it's an Ingersoll air compressor from 1929. That's crazy. Well, I'd say that air compressor might be the best answer here. Air compressor, the big tank on the end is a reservoir to store compressed air. The size of the pump side is too big for a piston-type water pump, and they would not store output water under pressure. Heavy riveted tank indicates pressure. Also, using air tools on job sites was common back then, around the time that appears to be from. Air drills for quarry work or any blasting operations. That's really cool. I think that's probably our answer, folks. There you go. We have an ancient air compressor. Pretty fun and kind of random to stumble upon. Alrighty, next up, we have a hole in the ground in Wollongong, Australia. Now, it's not just a hole. It looks pretty bizarre. Let's take a look. This one, I'll admit, I have no idea. I don't have a guess. It's just a hole, and you can see it's, the shaped concrete around the rim, and whatever this is in the middle. In the interior, I don't know what this is. So I'll give you a second to think about it. You can pause it, look at it, study it. I just don't know. That's it does claim that it's solved. So let's see the comments. It's an old gun battery. What? That's it. Would have looked like this. Wikipedia Commons. Oh my God, that's what it actually looks like. All completed. That makes sense. Oh, that's actually crazy. This exact picture is actually from New Zealand, of this one, by the way. But yeah, you can see that base is exactly the same. That would plop right into that hole. How fascinating is that? Alrighty, and next up we have this one attached to their hose attachment out of the wall in a house they recently moved into. And it looks like some sort of, you know, this part on the bottom almost looks like a Schrader valve. Like what you have on, for example, like the wheel of your car, you know, where you would put pressure in the tires. Kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if this is some sort of like diaphragm or... I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know a lot of random things like this. Just using general knowledge here, but it is different. Usually you just have the hose, you hook your garden hose, you know, up here and then do your business. There's your valve to obviously turn on the water or stop it, of course. So yeah, what do you guys think this is? And for reference in the title, not that this would matter at all, but the house is located in Queensland, Australia. Alrighty, next up we have a 1 meter high concrete cylinder on the side of the road in Australia. Let's take a look at this thing. There's as close as I can get. And there it is. It is just on the side of the road. Yeah. Simple looking concrete cylinder, although I don't think I've seen anything exactly in that shape. I have no idea. Some sort of utility item. I just wouldn't know. Maybe something for water? Okay, if you're ready for the answer, we have it is a telecommunications distribution pillar. They actually cite a document from Telstra that has one included in a diagram on page 15. Very interesting, and that is indeed solved. Wow. All right, now this next one is very odd. We have these seemingly random squiggly lines in a field. This is in rural Victoria, Australia, and it gives the exact location. So you can see that clearly there. I'm not going to say all the numbers. I'm afraid to click these. Should I click these links? Google.com. Yeah, I suppose. We'll risk it. So someone said if you drop the street view here, it comes up with some weird things. And this goes really deep here. I'm really wondering what this is now, guys. Okay, so here's the link to the street view. What is so creepy? I'm kind of confused. God, it looks like a beautiful area. Look at the mountains in the distance. Blue skies. I don't understand. I don't get it. I wonder if they've updated the street view since this person found something weird. I mean, this does look like a really high-res picture, like it's pretty recent. It actually says image captured June 23, or June of 2023 rather. So this is very recent. I mean, 8-9 months ago, something like that. Hey, I think their links probably won't work, as I just noticed these were 8 years ago. Wow, that's not relevant. But they go on to say that there's like something creepy, like there's like a weird bag or like a character made out of stuff, and it's really weird. I just don't know. If someone wants to find this and go down the rabbit hole, you know, be my guest. I mean, maybe you can tell us in the comments. I'm not going to do that for this video, but I'm kind of curious why everyone's saying that there's some weird, like, disturbing stuff in here, all from this picture. I don't really know what's going on there. Okay, we're going to open Google Earth ourselves, and we're going to see if we can't find this. We're going to drop those coordinates there. And indeed, it does take us to Victoria. Now, oh, there's those markings. They're quite a bit faded compared to the other post, huh? As you can see right there. This was 8 years ago. You can see how clear they are. And now they're very hard to see. So I wonder what the deal is. There's a bunch of animals, seemingly cattle or something. It's hard to find street view around there. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to lead us to anything crazy. They're definitely weird markings. I'm not sure, you know, what they mean, if those are done for fun, or if there's a purpose why they're in such, you know, squiggly weird shapes. I would really love to see what you guys think of in the comments. Is there an explanation for this? Might be really simple. Now here we have one seemingly pretty simple in nature, but still perhaps a little bit interesting for people that have never noticed. Someone asked, what are these hatches underneath this off-ramp? This is in Sydney, Australia. And it is solved in the comments, as I could have probably just guessed myself. Their hatches simply open up and get in here. They're inspection hatches. So you open those up and you can probably inspect, you know, everything underneath. Is there some rust or corrosion? Is there cracks? That type of thing. Gives you kind of an inside close-up look. And they are quite small, but I suppose they'll do the trick. And someone mentions, can't tell if they're padlocked or not. Someone mentioned that in the comments, but can't imagine many people will try to get in there, but you never know. Okay, now I bring you one that has not been solved on Reddit yet. Maybe you guys can help. This is an iron enamel plate with the initial CRB found in Victoria, Australia. Thinking it's some sort of number plate, possibly from a horse-drawn wagon. Let's take a look. Here is the plate mentioned. You can't tell how big it is, although it looks to be pretty small. It's literally an oval. CRB. It's got some, you know, wear and tear there. And it's red and dark blue. 191. It's got 4, presumably, you know, drilled holes for mounting, right? I don't know what this is. Your guess is as good as mine. I thought this was really interesting. I don't think it's a number plate or a license plate for like a car, because this is just so weird. I don't think that would work. Perhaps some sort of smaller vehicle? Some, you know, I don't know if it's some sort of off-highway vehicle, you know, like they theorize maybe a horse-drawn wagon. Maybe it's not even for a vehicle at all. You know, maybe this is for some sort of machine or something, or maybe even a marker or something, right? For a sign. I don't know. I would love to know if you guys know, because everyone on Reddit does not know what this is for. This one is open. It's not solved. All right, now this one's pretty bizarre and unsolved. Yet again, this was from 10 years ago, so this is pretty old, but it's still worth a mention. Something found on the ocean floor. That's just bizarre enough. 5 kilometers off of Byron Bay in Australia. First of all, I'd like to mention that this tape measure is in metric. And I just thought that's funny because I've actually never seen a tape measure in metric. That is really... That's really fascinating for me to see. But yeah, here's the actual, you know, object in question. Some sort of vase, or I don't know. It's really weird. But if you would like to weigh in on what you think this might be, you know, definitely let me know. Because it was underwater, I have no idea if it's like super ancient or if it's literally, you know, could have been 2 years old when they found it. Who knows? Okay, now this one has a lot of theories, but the right answer, or at least proclaimed right answer in this post, is actually something very fascinating that I've never heard of before. This was found in the ground while digging. It's light white china, smooth feel outside and inside, around 5 to 7 centimeters in length. Found in Australia, of course. And here's some close-up pictures. As you can see, it's just like this tiny little reservoir, this tiny little bowl. And I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't know if it's like a toy. You know, I don't know if it's for some sort of, you know, it's not like for drinks or anything. It's too small, right? I just don't know. Maybe it's some sort of cap or cover. Well, if you didn't guess it by now, I would have never guessed this. It's actually an old cup to wash your eyes. My granddad used to have one when I was a kid. He showed me how to use it, but I never saw him actually using it. Here's an image, and of course the eBay thing doesn't load. But anyway, it's basically a little eye bath, and you used to fill it up with water or saline and put it over your eye to rinse out debris. I just thought that was very fascinating. I have never heard of something like that, or at least like this. I would be very curious to know if any of you actually knew what this was. Okay, I'm going to turn this one to you guys as well. This was seen off of a highway a few years ago, and a highway near the greater Sydney area. And there are these orange poles in the middle. Vegetation here between, you know, dividing the highway lanes. Again, I have no idea what these are. Please enlighten me if you know. And finally, another one that is unsolved. And honestly, we'll end it there because there's so many of these, and I really like these. So we will make more episodes of this if you guys really like it too. I hope you do. This is a solid heavy object found in a paddock in Australia. Again, I have no idea. And there's a lighter for reference for size. So it's not terribly big, but it's very heavy and solid. Please, anyone know? I don't actually know what it's made out of either. I mean, this one just baffles me. It's like in this perfectly smooth egg shape. I don't know. Make sure to check out that end screen if you missed part 1. These are actually really fun. I'm glad I started this. I like this. And we will, of course, expand on this. Much more to come. I appreciate you guys watching. I cannot wait to see the comments on this one. This should be good. Hey, I guess that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys again. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.